Hello everyone and welcome to the online lecture series by Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. Myself Jayesh Rajgor and today we are going to study 12th Standard Economics new syllabus. We are on chapter number 2 Utility Analysis. My dear students, in the previous video we studied law of diminishing marginal utility where we learnt about marginal utility which keeps on diminishing. Today, we are going to study assumptions of the law of DMU. In this answer, we will understand Alfred Marshall's view about the law and what consideration did he make before making the law public to everyone. He wanted everyone to consider these assumptions so that they can experience the law perfectly. Before we start with this answer, let us have a quick recap about the law. The statement of the law of DMU. According to Professor Alfred Marshall, other things remaining constant, the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in the stock that he already has. Yes, my dear students, the main takeaways from this statement are additional benefit which a person derives always and always diminishes with every increase in a stock. That means it is very clear that marginal utility keeps on diminishing as our satisfaction level increases. We took the example of a thirsty person last time. It is very evident that as he drinks a glass of water, his want satisfies. And as he consumes more and more of water, the satisfaction level is completely increasing, and thus marginal utility after every glass of water keeps on diminishing. Thus, Alfred Marshall proves that every additional unit of a commodity gives some amount of satisfaction or marginal utility, but it keeps on diminishing as more and more of a commodity is consumed. Here are some assumptions of the law of DMU: divisibility, rationality, reasonability, homogeneity, single want, cardinal measurement, continuity, and constancy. Our textbook has in all 8 assumptions of law of DMU given by Professor Alfred Marshall. Let us have a look at them one by one. Divisibility. The law assumes that the commodity consumed by the consumer is divisible so that it can be acquired in small quantities. Yes, my dear students, Alfred Marshall says that the goods or the commodities which one consumes should be divisible in nature so that they can be consumed in small quantities. The things or commodities which are not divisible might not help the person experience the law. So, the first assumption here is divisibility. Moving forward, the next assumption is rationality. Rationality means normal behavior or normal person. A consumer is assumed to be rational here. It means that his behavior is normal and he tries to maximize his satisfaction. Yes, my dear students, the law will only experienced when a person behaves normally, that is, he always wants to maximize his satisfaction. If the person experiencing the law or want to experience the law is not rational in nature and his behavior is weird, the law might not be experienced. Moving forward with the next assumption. The next assumption is reasonability. Alfred Marshall says all the units of a commodity consumed are of reasonable size. Yes, the consumption of the commodity should not be too big nor too small because they need to be consumed consequently or one after the other. Hence, they should be reasonable in size. If the size is too big or too small, then the law might not be experienced. The next assumption is homogeneity. all units of a commodity consumed are exactly homogeneous or identical in size, shape, color, taste, etc. Alfred Marshall says that the commodity which one is consuming must be same in nature. They should be same in size, shape, color, taste, etc. If there is a change in the commodity size, shape, color, taste, or anything, the marginal utility might not diminish. Whereas our law says that marginal utility diminishes. So, this assumption is the most important one. Here, one should understand that marginal utility only diminishes when the consumer is consuming the same product again and again. If he changes the product or the size or shape of the product changes, the law of DMU will not be experienced. The next assumption is single want. There are many products which satisfy multiple wants, and we also studied about utility which says multi-purpose uses. A given commodity can satisfy a single want of a person. The law assumes an experience of a single want which is completely satiable at a given point of time. If the commodity is satisfying multiple wants, marginal utility might not diminish, whereas our law says marginal utility diminishes. So, this is also one of the important assumptions by Alfred Marshall. If a commodity is satisfying more wants of a consumer, here the law will not be experienced. So, this is a very important consideration by Alfred Marshall. The next one here is cardinal measurement. Cardinal means in numbers. The law assumes that utility can be cardinally or numerically measured. Hence, mathematical operations are easily possible to know and compare the utility derived from each unit of a commodity. My dear students, utility cannot be measured. It is a psychological concept, but to make us understand through tables, through diagrams, Alfred Marshall has considered cardinal measurement of utility. And thus in the previous video we saw marginal utilities diagram as well as the schedule where everything was plotted or jotted down with the help of numbers. So this is one of the biggest assumptions, that utility can be measured cardinally, but this has no actual or real in nature treatment. Utility cannot be measured, but Alfred Marshall has just assumed that it is measured cardinally. Here is one of the most important assumptions made by Alfred Marshall, called as continuity. All units of a commodity are consumed in quick succession without any lapse of time. Yes, my dear students, if there is time interval or gap between the consumption of a particular commodity, marginal utility might not diminish. If we have a bar of chocolate and we are consuming it quickly, marginal utility will diminish. But if we consume half of it and keep half in the fridge and consume it after a point of time or after some time, we will gain more satisfaction, or we might enjoy it another time also. So, it is very important that continuous or quick succession should be maintained. If there is time interval, our satisfaction level will never diminish, whereas our law says that marginal utility diminishes. Thus, the biggest assumption here is the commodity should be consumed in quick succession without any lapse of time. The goods which we are consuming should not be stored for a time interval, it should be quickly consumed, one after the other. The next one here is constancy. All the related factors like income, tastes, habits, choices, likes, dislikes of a consumer should remain constant. Yes, my dear students, the law itself starts with a sentence called as other things being constant, and thus it is very clear that Alfred Marshall wants our likes, dislikes, our habits, our taste, our income, our choices should be constant. He wishes, or he assumes, or he considers that These things should not change and should remain as it is during the course of consumption. Marginal utility of money is also assumed to be constant. So, here we complete 8 assumptions of the law of diminishing marginal utility. In the next video, we will cover exceptions, that is the odd man outs of law of DMU. Till then, stay connected, stay safe. Thank you very much.